Imagine sitting in your living room and instead of just a sleek laptop and a nice cup of coffee, you're completely surrounded by industrial thermal barcode printers.
Oh, and massive rolls of specialized tape, right?
Yes, towering stacks of cardboard boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there's a guy in a 3-hour YouTube video frantically trying to teach you how to untangle this labyrinth of suspended platform fees before your entire business just goes under.
It's quite the picture.
It is. Welcome to the real, chaotic, very physical reality of the 2026 passive income laptop lifestyle.
Yeah, the contrast between the aesthetic of running an online business and the actual operational grind. I mean, it's never been sharper. We have this collective illusion that e-commerce is just, entirely frictionless.
Right. You tap a glass screen at midnight, some algorithm hums in the background, and 2 days later, a cheap gadget magically appears on your doorstep.
Exactly. It feels like magic.
But today, we are shattering that illusion for you. We're looking way past the buy now button to expose the intense machinery, the hidden costs, and the, frankly, overwhelming realities of what happens on the other side of your transaction.
It's a massive ecosystem.
It really is. And we have a fascinating stack of sources to guide us today. Our primary text is this incredibly detailed 3-hour YouTube masterclass. It was uploaded on January 1st, 2026, and it's titled Meesho Course 2026 for Beginners by a creator named Rishi E-commerce.
And, we're using this video as a window into a much larger machine. We aren't just looking at the tutorial itself,
Right.
but the entire ecosystem surrounding it, the software, the physical supply chain, the algorithms, psychological hooks, and these massive secondary industries that have sprung up just to keep these sellers afloat.
So whether you're looking to start a side hustle yourself, or you are just insanely curious about the invisible infrastructure that kicks into gear every time you shop online, this deep dive is going to fundamentally change how you view that cardboard box on your porch.
It really will.
Let's start with the sheer scale of the source material. Because when people think of an online side hustle, they usually picture like a digital lemonade stand.
Yeah, just set it up and wait.
Exactly. You post a picture of a product, you wait for the money to roll in. But Rishi's video, it is a 3-hour, 14-step industrial blueprint.
Well, we should probably establish what platform he's actually teaching people to use, right? Because that dictates the entire strategy.
Good point. Let's do that.
So Meesho is this incredibly popular Indian e-commerce marketplace, and it competes aggressively on ultra-low prices. It's designed to connect manufacturers and resellers directly with consumers who are looking for steep discounts.
And because the prices are so incredibly low, the volume of sales has to be astronomically high for anyone to actually make a living.
Right. You're making pennies on the dollar.
Which totally explains why this course is so granular. He doesn't just say, hey, find a product and sell it. Chapter by chapter, he walks through registering a supplier account, finding manufacturers, setting selling prices.
Single versus bulk listing uploads.
Yes, order processing, running Meesho ads, mastering the quality dashboard, and utilizing 31 selling tricks to boost sales. But one of the very first things he mentions as a hook for beginners is that you can register a supplier account in specific categories without a GST number.
Yeah, that's a huge detail. The GST number, or Goods and Services Tax Identification, is essentially your formal registration as a tax-paying business entity in India.
Okay.
And for a long time, not having one was a massive barrier to entry for casual sellers. So by highlighting that you can start without one, the platform is deliberately lowering the drop-in.
Oh, wow. So they're just waving people in.
Exactly. It's an open invitation to the absolute beginner to come inside and just try their luck.
It feels a lot like buying complex IKEA furniture. You look at the picture on the box, which in this case is the promise of making all this money online. You think, oh, a sleek new income stream. How simple.
And then you open the box.
Right. And out falls this massive, terrifying manual with 100 tiny screws and confusing diagrams. And this 3-hour video is basically that manual. It proves that to actually pull this off, you can't just be a casual seller.
No, not at all. You have to act as the CEO, the marketing department, the supply chain director, and the warehouse manager all at the exact same time.
It's exhausting just thinking about it.
And that transition from casual selling to hyper-professionalized system optimization, that is the core theme of this course. 10 years ago, the focus was mostly on product curation, right? You just found cool stuff to sell.
Right, having a good eye for products.
Exactly. But today you are fighting an algorithm long before you ever reach a human customer. Just look at the chapters on SEO search engine optimization just to rank in the supplier hub. You aren't pitching your product to a person, you are pitching data to a machine.
it sounds like a generic corporate performance review, but the way he talks about it, it's basically life or death for these sellers.
Oh, it absolutely is. It operates as an algorithmic gatekeeper. The dashboard tracks metrics like your dispatch time, your customer cancellation rate, and your return rate.
Okay, so it's constantly monitoring everything you do.
Right. And if your return rate spikes, say, because a cheap gadget breaks in transit, the dashboard doesn't just send you a polite warning email.
What does it do?
The algorithm actively throttles your store's visibility. It literally stops showing your products in search results.
Wait, really? It just hides you?
Yep. You could have a warehouse full of inventory, but if your quality dashboard metrics dip below a certain threshold, your digital storefront essentially vanishes.
Wow. Which means your marketing and your SEO are completely useless if your physical operations aren't absolutely perfect.
Exactly.
Which actually brings me to a huge point of confusion I had when looking through the source material. Because, I've always heard about the digital nomad lifestyle.
Oh yeah, the classic influencer on a beach with a laptop, running an empire from a hammock.
Yes, exactly. But if you scroll down into the description box of Rishi's video, he provides this crazy shopping list of physical infrastructure you have to buy. And it's not just a laptop.
Far from it.
He links to normal printers, thermal printers, barcode scanners, elaborate photography setups, and packaging materials that have to be specifically tailored for Meesho versus Flipkart or Amazon.
It's a full industrial setup.
Right.
Yeah.
And he specifically links to something called void tape. What on earth is void tape, and why do I need it for a digital business?
So void tape is a highly specialized, tamper-evident packing tape.
Okay.
When you apply it to a box and someone tries to peel it off during transit to steal what's inside, the adhesive actually leaves behind a permanent, visible message on the cardboard that says void or opened.
Wait. So I'm supposed to be running this breezy online store, but I actually have to transform my apartment into a high-security shipping facility.
Basically, yeah. The physical reality of e-commerce is incredibly demanding. Because if a customer receives an empty box because someone tampered with it in transit, the customer files a claim.
And I'm guessing the platform doesn't side with the seller.
Never. The platform will almost always side with the consumer. They refund them and penalize your quality dashboard. So the void tape is essentially an insurance policy. It proves to the platform that the package left your facility fully intact.
That is wild. And what about the thermal printers? Why can't I just print my shipping labels on my normal, home inkjet printer and tape them to the box?
It all comes back to communicating with the machine. If you print a shipping barcode with a standard inkjet printer and, say, a drop of rain hits it.
Oh, the ink smears.
Exactly. Or even if household tape creates a glare over it. When the delivery driver arrives to pick up your daily orders, their handheld scanner simply won't be able to read that smudged barcode.
Let me guess. If the scanner can't read it, the system just assumes I never handed the package over.
Precisely. The system logs a late dispatch or a failure to ship. Your quality dashboard metric drops, and boom, the algorithm shadow bans your listings.
Unbelievable. So the thermal printer fixes that.
Yeah, because a thermal printer doesn't use liquid ink at all. It uses heat to literally burn the barcode onto specialized label paper so it cannot smudge. Purchasing a commercial-grade thermal printer isn't just a nice upgrade for a seller. It is a mandatory survival tool to ensure the physical package registers correctly with the digital algorithm.
That is just nuts. The barrier to entry isn't the cost of the platform because joining is free, right? The hidden barrier is all this physical hardware you have to buy just to look professional to the platform's AI. And it doesn't even stop at physical hardware. He also tells viewers to buy subscriptions to third-party software tools like Helium 10.
Right, Helium 10. It's an incredibly complex suite of analytics tools. Sellers use it to reverse engineer search volume, spy on competitors' inventory levels, and optimize their own product listings.
That sounds intense.
It is. It requires a massive learning curve to use effectively.
Okay, so just put yourself in the shoes of a beginner for a second. You watch a 3-hour manual, you buy a thermal printer, barcode scanners, and literally rolls of void tape.
Yep.
You subscribe to data analytics software you barely understand. You are trying to manage SEO, bulk listings, and these terrifying algorithmic dashboards. It is totally overwhelming. I mean, you would be absolutely desperate for someone to just hold your hand and fix the problems when they inevitably break.
And, desperation and complexity always create a market. Where there is a labyrinth, someone will eventually sell you a map.
Let's talk about the map maker then, because the business empire behind this YouTube creator is fascinating. Usually people use that old cliche of the gold rush.
Right, the idea that the people who really got rich weren't digging for gold, they were selling the shovels.
Exactly. But that doesn't even feel big enough to describe what reaching e-commerce is doing. It's more like a casino ecosystem. He isn't just playing at the blackjack table. He owns the ATM in the lobby, he owns the hotel upstairs, and he owns the pawn shop across the street.
That's a great way to put it.
He has monetized every single stage of the seller's journey.
It really is a vertically integrated educational and service empire. Just look at the assets linked in his video. For the initial learning phase, he has the Reaching e-commerce app on the Google Play Store.
And if you're on an iPhone, it's even more complicated, right?
Yeah, if you are on an iPhone, you have to download this app called MyAppX and enter a specific organization code 2578193 just to access his walled garden of content.
Once you're in that walled garden, he is selling you books with titles like E-commerce Brand Building and Flipkart Ads Mastery. He is selling tickets to live in-person networking events like eComFest 2026.
Right.
He has built an entire university ecosystem around platforms that are constantly changing their own rules.
But the educational materials are just the top of the funnel. The real mechanical genius of his ecosystem is the agency he runs. It's called Signature Ecom Solutions, based in Hawaii, Gujarat.
Agencies, what do they do?
This agency doesn't just offer generic advice. It offers triage for sellers who are actively bleeding money or completely locked out of their business.
Yeah, I was looking at the services this agency offers, and two of them jumped out at me immediately. Reinstatement services for suspended or blocked accounts, and reconciliations for profit and loss. The fact that these services exist as a standalone business model tells me absolutely everything I need to know about how dangerous this platform can be for a beginner.
Oh, let's break down the mechanics of a payment reconciliation, because it is basically the silent killer of e-commerce businesses.
Please do.
Imagine you sell a low-cost gadget for the equivalent of $10. The customer buys it, the platform takes a commission fee, then they deduct a forward shipping fee.
Okay, so I'm down to maybe $7 of revenue on a $10 item. That seems fairly normal for retail.
Sure, but then the customer decides they don't actually want it, and they initiate a return. The platform refunds the customer, but the platform still charges you, the seller, for the initial shipment. And it often charges you a penalty or a reverse shipping fee just to get the item back to you. Suddenly, you have made $0 in revenue, but you owe the platform $4 in logistical fees.
Oh my gosh.
Now multiply that exact scenario across 3,000 orders a month, factoring in lost inventory, damaged returns, and wildly fluctuating ad spends.
That sounds like a complete accounting nightmare. You could be looking at your dashboard, seeing massive sales numbers, and actually be going totally bankrupt without even realizing it.
Precisely. That is why reconciliation is so critical. It is the forensic accounting required to compare what the platform says they owe you against every single hidden fee, penalty, and return charge they actually deduct.
And I'm guessing the average person can't just do that on a Sunday afternoon.
No. The system is so mathematically dense that a casual seller cannot manage it on a simple spreadsheet. They eventually hit a wall of complexity, realize their margins don't make any sense, and have to hire an agency like Signature Ecom Solutions to untangle the mess.
It's brilliant in a slightly terrifying way. You lure them in with a free 3-hour video showing them the dream. You sell them the apps and the book to get them started. And when the platform's labyrinthine rules inevitably cause their account to get suspended or their profits to just evaporate, you have a paid agency waiting right there to rescue them.
Yeah.
It relies entirely on the tension between the hype of easy money and the brutal reality of digital logistics.
And that tension is perfectly visualized if you take a step back and look at the YouTube algorithm surrounding our source video. The sidebar of recommended content is just a complete study in extreme cognitive dissonance.
It really is. It's like looking at two completely different dimensions at the same time. On one side, the algorithm feeds you these massive, intoxicating success claims.
The dream, right?
Exactly. You see thumbnails screaming, selling 10,000 shirts per day on Flipkart, Meesho, and Amazon. There's a video featuring a guy claiming he sells ladies' bag on Flipkart, daily 3,000 bag. There's this huge success story profiling a 21-year-old, revealing how he makes lakhs selling bags on Meesho.
And for context here, making lakhs refers to earning hundreds of thousands of rupees, which represents highly aspirational, life-changing wealth for a massive portion of the audience watching these videos. It feeds the ultimate dream of instant, scalable success straight from your living room.
But literally one pixel away, on the exact same screen, the algorithm is selling on Meesho is a loss, with over 400,000 views. Another called E-commerce Myths versus Reality, the Truth Behind Margins and Influencer Hype. There's Meesho Low Price Gadget Products Reality Check, sitting at 1.8 million views. And ironically, a video from Rishi himself titled E-commerce Scam Exposed.
Well, the YouTube algorithm is exceptionally good at identifying psychological pressure points. It feeds both the aspiration and the cynicism because both of those emotions keep the viewer clicking.
But logically, how can both realities exist? If Rishi's 3-hour masterclass lays out the exact blueprint for success, step by step, why is an audience of millions watching videos about why the entire system is a total loss?
Because in a hyper-discount ecosystem, the math inherently pushes the vast majority of sellers toward failure. Platforms like Meesho are designed to benefit the consumer first. They want to offer the lowest possible price to capture market share. To maintain those ultra-low prices, the platform squeezes the seller's profit margins until they are microscopic. We are literally talking about making pennies on the dollar for a single transaction.
So the only way to make those lags to actually generate meaningful wealth is to play a desperate game of volume. You can't just sell 10 bags a week. You have to be the guy selling 3,000 bags a day.
Exactly the problem. And to physically process 3,000 bags a day, well, you can no longer work out of your living room. You need staff to pack the boxes. You need commercial warehouse space. You need multiple industrial thermal printers. You need thousands of rolls of void tape, so your overhead costs just completely explode.
And if your overhead explodes, those microscopic profit margins get even thinner.
It creates a razor's edge environment. If the platform alters its commission structure by even 2%, or if the cost of your Meesho ads increases slightly because of some new competition, a business that was perfectly profitable on Monday is operating at a catastrophic loss by Wednesday.
Wow.
The massive audience watching the Why Selling Delicious videos are the people who bought the void tape, tried to play the volume game, and were just ground to dust by the hidden fees and the quality dashboard algorithm.
It completely reframes the entire concept of a side hustle. Starting an e-commerce business in 2026 is the furthest thing from passive income. It is an infrastructure-heavy, aggressively structured logistical war. You are surrounded by a cottage industry of consultants, apps, and agencies, and you are trapped between the intoxicating potential of extreme volume and the punishing reality of razor-thin margins.
It really demands a profound level of respect for the unseen labor and the highly complex digital infrastructure required to move a physical object from a warehouse to a front porch.
So to you, the listener,
Yeah.
the next time you are lying in bed, tapping that glowing glass screen to buy a cheap phone case or a discount bag, I really want you to picture the chaos on the other side. Picture the frantic bulk listing, the desperate SEO optimization, the smear-proof thermal labels, the void tape, and the agonizing profit reconciliations that made that simple click possible.
It's an entire world.
There is an entire shadow economy sweating behind that buy now button, just to keep all the friction away from you.
And consider this final thought as you look at that package. We spent today analyzing an incredibly successful e-commerce expert, but his most visible, profitable business isn't actually selling physical products anymore. His ultimate destination was stepping back from the razor-thin margins of the marketplace so he could sell courses, software, and consulting services to the next wave of hopeful sellers. If the true path to wealth in e-commerce is to stop selling products and start selling the instruction manual, what does that reveal about the long-term viability of the platforms themselves?
It really makes you wonder if the entire system is just a house of cards, held together by nothing but void tape and algorithmic code. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.